Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch...
Well, guys, Paul George has made...
Well, you love that versatility, D.A. Thank you. Tonight, we'll be seeing a couple of the league's better defenses. What are some of the keys to winning a defensive kind of battle, Doris?
Well, because you know that possessions are going to be fewer than in a typical game, where the pace is going to be slower, then the turnover number becomes all that much more important. Because in a game where pace is not at issue, you can't afford 15, 20 turnovers. It's about valuing the basketball. It's about executing to the greatest degree possible. And sometimes, Kevin, that means going deep into your offensive set. The ball should change sides of the floor, and you should look for a matchup that's favorable. And when you do, that's when you strike.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The forwards, George and Grant. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Galloway in at the shooting guard.
You don't pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. And AI doing that, finding the man breaking open.
Now, here's Grant. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Down low, Galloway. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
He can catch you off guard at the rim. Galloway's creative, and he's got nice touch.
Murray, the pass to Gay. AI, left side. And AI with the stuff.
Well, if you want excitement, you've come to the right place. AI delivering, my goodness.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Pass to Adams. In the corner, George with it. Shoots over DeRozan. George, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
DeRozan, that's good.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Westbrook kicks to Galloway. Passes it to Grant. Gay comes over with a double team. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
When you think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, you have to start and end the conversation with the historic regular seasons put on by Russell Westbrook. The one thing you have to wonder, has he taken them as far as he can?
Now, here's AI. He's coming off a 16-point game against Detroit. And he banks in the layup. AI's got 6 points.
Oh, are you kidding? 5 for 5, and they just got started.
Here's Westbrook. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
You must respect the strength of Russell Westbrook. Boy, even when you foul him, he can still finish.
And the Spurs making a change here. White's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Nerlens Noel checks in for Jeremy Grant. Now, here's AI. 6 points for him. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Westbrook. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on AI.
Well, the craftiness of Russell Westbrook down low. This guy excels at drawing contact close to the basket. What I love about Russell Westbrook is his single-minded pursuit of a championship. But boy, you better bring your game if you're a member of the media. He wants good questions in an orderly fashion.
Pirtle, he's checked in for the Spurs. Davis Bertans comes in for Rudy Gay. Here's AI. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
What I like here, AI challenging the defense inside, working for high percentage shots.
And Russell Westbrook with plenty of accolades to his name, but all interview team, Dora is unlikely to be mentioned there.
Kev, I wouldn't call him loquacious in the postgame. He lets his play do the talking, certainly. And Kevin, that speaks volumes in and of itself.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever easy playing on the road, obviously. But that night, they were really in rhythm, shot the ball with such ease and confidence.
Now, here's AI. 8 points for him, and he makes that one.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Westbrook up top. He's guarded by AI. Over AI. Rejected by AI.
Well, AI tracks the play, times his move. Get it out of here.
And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist by AI. Pirtle's got his first 2 points of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Shooter kicks to Morris. And the three ball is good.
Morris making things look easy right now. What a rhythm.
Spurs leading by 4. White the pass to Pirtle. AI outside. Pass to Bertans. Back to AI. Shot clock at 6. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
White against Schroeder. He kicks to Westbrook. Over AI. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's AI. The leadership of Russell Westbrook is so important to the team, and Steven Adams talked about what it means.
He's doing just an unbelievable job at just controlling the guys.
You know, so much of leadership is that emotional component, motivating guys to give their all.
And Russ certainly leads by example with his competitive zeal, but he understands also he's got to bring his teammates with him.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I mean, so far that they're not settling for outside shots, really attacking the paint.
I think that's what you've got to do, right? If the looks on the interior are there, you have got to attack.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Markieff Morris. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Felton. Then it's Paul George, and it's Noel in at the 5 roaming the paint. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Pistons was a driven man. He ended with 16 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. His performance really helped his team continue its win streak. They're clearly playing well of late, and they'd like that streak to continue. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to.
And so it's San Antonio, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at AI, in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he really gave them a boost in that first half, shot way above his average.
I think, Greg, you love it when a role player is able to elevate their game. It makes every team better.
Gang and Aldridge are up front. Murray out there with AI. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. That's the San Antonio 5. Russell Westbrook's mantra is, why not? Way of daring himself to greater heights.
I think, Kevin, in time, it became a way to build confidence to take on the world. That why not? Who says you can't? He lives by that maxim, and I love it, Kevin.
And it's Aldridge missing. Thunder trailing by 10. Down low. And Adams with the slam.
You know, the easy one there. You know, Galloway able to read the defense, finding his man for the great setup. Pretty.
Murray dishes to Gay. The pass to AI. Swiped away. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's foul number 2 for him. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Westbrook. Whoa!
The absolute ferocity from Russell Westbrook. The rim. My goodness, how you feeling?
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc.
I'll tell you, they're willing to give him that shot, and he takes advantage of it.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 9 points. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Second shot opportunity. That's short off the rim.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Here's AI. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
Well, yet another terrific possession from AI. He can be prolific and efficient. We're seeing the best from him this evening.
Pass to George. Shoots. Cans the shot with nobody near him. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And DeRozan kicks to AI. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow. With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be 3-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long term.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pirtle, he's checked in for Aldridge. Bertanis comes in for Rudy Gay. Bellinelli, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's White in for DeJounte Murray. Schroeder looking around. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Now off the inbound, George. That one goes. Count it. George has got 6 points in the quarter. Spurs leading by 6. White the pass to Bertans. AI left side. And it's good for 2. AI's got 18 points in the game.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Schroeder against White. Morris into the lane. And he banks in the layup. He's got 5.
Now, this is a guy who prefers to rise and fire. That time, Morris puts it on the deck. That's a nice-looking drive.
And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times. And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Schroeder finds Noel. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Bertans grabs the board. Bertans got 4 rebounds now tonight. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Thunder trailing by 10. Outside Westbrook. In the corner, George with it. 27 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And some changes. AI left side. Buries it down low. AI's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Felton. And it's Galloway in at the 2-guard spot. Adams the pass to George. And George with the stuff.
How good, Kevin, is Paul George at getting separation? He uses the screen perfectly and sticks it to the defense.
AI in the post. He's covered by Felton. And the basket by DeRozan.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
You always got to D up on the perimeter. When you don't, this is what happens.
Passes it to Grant. Back to George. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over DeRozan. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. San Antonio leading by 15. Here's Gay. Basket is good. The assist from AI. AI's got his 7th assist here tonight. And it's Felton with the ball for Oklahoma City. Outside, George. Kicks to Grant. Over Aldridge. No good off the front iron.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. You know, everyone on the floor needs some level of playmaking skill, Doris. Who are your picks for bigs who can really share the ball? Good passers among the big men.
Yeah, one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch is Nikola Jokic because his vision, his desire to share the basketball, his ability to see not one action ahead, but sometimes 2 actions ahead is really remarkable for a man of his size. You look at somebody like Draymond Green, who is absolutely critical to the success of the Golden State Warriors on the offensive end of the floor. He can take it off the window, he can dribble it in transition, and in full speed make decisions going second by second that are really, really impressive.
Thread passes, do such a great job with the ball. I agree with you. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Rudy Gay on the wing. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Of course, what enables that kind of night in, night out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
Outside Westbrook. Ball's knocked loose. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, Just a monster game for AI.
Well, I think his contribution clearly came at the defensive end, right? He came up with a bunch of huge steals. He was a menace all night long.
Goes back up, and it's good on the way in.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
And he jams it with authority.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
Pass to Burton. Over Bellinelli. Burton, no good. Here's AI. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of it. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.